From 100+ rejections to global superstar, discover how Millie Bobby Brown transformed crushing failure into unprecedented success. This is the incredible story of the British girl who refused to give up and became one of the most powerful young women on the planet. Witness the ultimate comeback story.
Biographical, Millie Bobby Brown in a cramped council flat in Bournemouth, a young girl with oversized dreams and an unbreakable spirit practiced dramatic monologues in front of a cracked mirror, completely unaware that she was about to face years of crushing rejection that would have destroyed most children's confidence forever. This wasn't just any ordinary girl playing pretend. This was Millie Bobby Brown, who would transform from a relentlessly rejected child actress into one of the most powerful and influential young women on the planet, proving that sometimes the biggest failures can lead to the most extraordinary successes when you refuse to give up on your dreams. Born on February 19, 2004, in Marbella, Spain. To British parents Robert and Kelly Brown, Millie's early life was marked by constant movement and financial instability that would have broken many families. Her father struggled with various business ventures while her mother worked tirelessly to keep the family afloat. When Millie was 4, the family moved back to England, settling in Bournemouth, where they lived in modest accommodation while chasing dreams that seemed impossibly distant from their working-class reality. From the moment Millie could speak, she was performing. Her parents noticed something extraordinary about their daughter, an innate ability to transform into different characters and an emotional depth that seemed impossible for someone so young. While other children played with toys, Millie was creating elaborate storylines, developing accents, and displaying a natural charisma that made everyone stop and pay attention. Her energy was infectious, her confidence unshakable, and her determination absolutely relentless. The family's financial struggles meant that pursuing acting wasn't just a dream, it was a gamble that could either save them or destroy them completely. When Millie was 8 years old, her parents made the life-changing decision to move to Orlando, Florida, chasing opportunities in the American entertainment industry. They sold everything they owned, left behind their support network, and bet their entire future on their daughter's talent. The pressure on young Millie was enormous, but she embraced it with the fearlessness that only children possess. Orlando was supposed to be their golden ticket, but it quickly became their nightmare. Millie attended weekend acting workshops at a local performing arts school, where she was one of dozens of hopeful children all competing for the same limited opportunities. The rejection started immediately and was brutal in its consistency. Casting directors would dismiss her within seconds, often not even allowing her to finish her prepared monologues. Her British accent was wrong, her look wasn't right, she was too young, too old, too tall, too short. There was always a reason why she didn't fit what they were looking for. The Brown family's savings evaporated quickly. They moved from their modest apartment to an even smaller place, then to staying with friends, constantly on the edge of homelessness while Millie continued auditioning. Her parents worked multiple jobs, her father as a real estate agent, her mother in retail, while driving Millie to endless auditions that seemed to lead nowhere. The strain on the family was enormous, but Millie's unwavering belief in herself kept them going even when logic suggested they should give up. By the time she was 10, Millie had been rejected from over 100 auditions. Lesser children would have been crushed by this constant rejection, but Millie used each no as fuel for her determination. She studied every feedback comment, worked on every perceived weakness, and returned to the next audition more prepared than before. Her resilience was remarkable. She could cry from disappointment in the car after an audition, then walk into the next one an hour later with complete confidence and enthusiasm. The breakthrough almost didn't happen. After 2 years in Orlando with minimal success, the Brown family was preparing to return to England, defeated and financially ruined. Millie was devastated but trying to stay positive for her parents, who had sacrificed everything for her dreams. It was during this lowest point that her talent agent called about one final audition, a mysterious project from Netflix that was looking for unknown young actors for a science fiction series set in the 1980s. The audition process for what would become Stranger Things was unlike anything Millie had experienced. Instead of the usual quick dismissals, the casting directors were genuinely interested in her range and emotional depth. They asked her to improvise scenes, to show vulnerability, strength, and fear sometimes within the same moment. For the first time in years, Millie felt like she was being truly seen rather than quickly judged and dismissed. When she received the callback, then another callback, then finally the life-changing phone call that she had been cast as 11, Millie's reaction was a mixture of pure joy and complete disbelief. after so many rejections, she had almost forgotten what success felt like. The Brown family's gamble had finally paid off, but none of them could have predicted just how dramatically their lives were about to change. Filming the first season of Stranger Things was a revelation for Millie. Working alongside experienced young actors like Finn Wolfhard, Noah Schnapp, and Gaten Matarazzo, she discovered that she not only belonged in this world but excelled in it. Her portrayal of Eleven, a mysterious girl with supernatural powers and limited vocabulary, required her to convey complex emotions through facial expressions and body language rather than dialogue. This challenge played perfectly to her strengths and showcased her natural talent in ways that traditional auditions never could. The show's release in July 2016 changed everything overnight. Stranger Things became a global phenomenon, and Millie, at just 12 years old, found herself at the center of a cultural tsunami. Her performance as Eleven was universally praised, with critics noting her ability to be simultaneously vulnerable and powerful, innocent and otherworldly. Suddenly, the girl who had been rejected from hundreds of auditions was being hailed as one of the most promising young actresses of her generation. The transformation from unknown child to global superstar was jarring and overwhelming. Millie went from attending regular school in Orlando to being homeschooled while traveling the world for promotional events. She walked red carpets alongside A-list celebrities, gave interviews to major media outlets, and discovered that millions of people around the world were obsessed with her character and her story. The attention was both thrilling and terrifying for someone who was still just a child. What set Millie apart from other young stars was her mature approach to fame and her understanding of the platform she had been given. Instead of being consumed by celebrity culture, she used her newfound influence to advocate for causes she believed in. She became a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador at age 16, focusing on children's rights and anti-bullying campaigns. Her speeches at major events displayed a wisdom and social consciousness that seemed far beyond her years. The success of Stranger Things also revealed Millie's business acumen and ambition beyond acting. She launched her own beauty and skincare line, Florence by Mills, aimed at teenagers and young adults. Rather than simply lending her name to existing products, she was actively involved in development and marketing, showing an entrepreneurial spirit that impressed industry veterans. The brand became successful not just because of her fame, but because of her genuine connection with her target audience. Her social media presence became a masterclass in authentic celebrity engagement. Millie's TikTok account, featuring everything from behind-the-scenes glimpses of filming to her advocacy work to simple teenage moments with friends, garnered millions of followers who felt genuinely connected to her personality rather than just her celebrity status. Her ability to be simultaneously relatable and aspirational made her one of the most influential young people on social media platforms. The evolution of Eleven across 4 seasons of Stranger Things showcased Millie's growth not just as an actress but as a young woman coming of age in the public eye. Each season required her to explore different aspects of the character while dealing with the typical challenges of adolescence, all while being watched by millions of fans worldwide. Her performances became more nuanced and complex, proving that her initial success wasn't a fluke but the beginning of a serious acting career. Her work outside Stranger Things further demonstrated her range and ambition. Starring in and producing Enola Holmes for Netflix, Millie showed she could carry a major film as both lead actress and executive producer. Her portrayal of Sherlock Holmes' younger sister was praised for bringing wit, charm, and modern sensibility to the period piece. The film's success led to a sequel and established Millie as a bankable movie star. Beyond her television success, the challenges of growing up in the spotlight became part of Millie's public narrative, and her honesty about the difficulties of fame resonated with fans worldwide. She spoke openly about the pressure of constant scrutiny, the challenge of maintaining friendships while traveling constantly, and the strange experience of having your teenage years documented and analyzed by millions of strangers. Her vulnerability about these struggles made her even more relatable and beloved by fans who appreciated her authenticity. Her romantic relationships, particularly her high-profile relationship with rugby player Joseph Robinson, were subjected to intense media scrutiny that would have overwhelmed many teenagers. However, Millie handled the attention with remarkable maturity, setting boundaries about what she would and wouldn't discuss publicly while maintaining her right to privacy about her personal life. Her approach became a model for how young celebrities could navigate public relationships while protecting their emotional well-being. The business empire Millie built around her personal brand extended far beyond traditional celebrity endorsements. Her production company, PCMA Productions, developed projects that reflected her interests and values, focusing on stories featuring strong young women and addressing social issues she cared about. Her involvement in these projects was substantive rather than superficial, showing a deep understanding of storytelling and content creation that impressed industry professionals. Her influence on fashion and beauty trends became significant enough to impact entire industries. Her red carpet appearances were analyzed and copied by teenagers worldwide, while her makeup and hair choices sparked viral trends on social media platforms. However, Millie used this influence responsibly, often promoting inclusive beauty standards and encouraging young people to embrace their natural features rather than conforming to unrealistic expectations. The completion of Stranger Things with its 4th season marked the end of an era for Millie, but also the beginning of her transition into adult roles and more mature projects. Her emotional response to wrapping the series, the show that had literally saved her family and launched her career, demonstrated both her gratitude for the opportunity and her readiness to take on new challenges as an adult actress and producer. Her advocacy work expanded significantly as she gained more influence and platform. Beyond her role as UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, she became involved in environmental causes, mental health awareness, and educational initiatives. Her speeches at major events like the United Nations showed a young woman who understood the responsibility that came with her platform and was committed to using it for positive change rather than just personal gain. The impact Millie has had on young people, particularly young women, cannot be overstated. Her journey from rejected child actor to global superstar while maintaining her authenticity and values has inspired millions to pursue their dreams despite facing obstacles. Her message that failure is temporary but giving up is permanent has resonated with a generation facing their own challenges and uncertainties. As Millie continues to evolve from teenage star to adult actress, entrepreneur, and activist, her story serves as proof that sometimes the biggest rejections lead to the most extraordinary opportunities. From that little girl practicing in front of a cracked mirror in Bournemouth to one of the most influential young women in the world, Millie Bobby Brown's journey demonstrates that talent combined with resilience, authenticity, and hard work can overcome any obstacle. Today, Millie Bobby Brown represents the best of her generation, talented, socially conscious, entrepreneurial, and unafraid to use her platform for positive change. Her story continues to inspire while proving that success isn't just about achieving your dreams, but about what you do with the platform once you've achieved them.
Millie's journey proves that every rejection is just redirection toward your destiny. From Bournemouth to global icon, she showed us that resilience and authenticity can overcome any obstacle. Subscribe for more incredible transformation stories, like if Millie inspired your dreams. Share your favorite Stranger Things moment.